What's up, all my Ewoks, triples, droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as Star Wars Girl, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review of Tales of the Jedi Episode 4, the one with Yaddle. But before I get into that, guys, my channel is Hardcore Shadow Band here on YouTube, so every single like, share, comment really helps out my channel, fighting the pesky YouTube algorithms. Also, if you guys haven't already, maybe take a minute, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that that bell is set to all. That way you actually get notifications when I post videos and when I do live streams. And now that that's out of the way, let's get on to the review. All right, everyone. So I have visual aids pulled up so that way as I'm kind of doing my little review and breakdown of this episode, you guys have something fun to look at that's not my face. Now, I have been reading the comments. For those of you that are new here, if you guys, this is your first video of this, review series that you guys are watching, the way that I'm doing this is I don't have time to binge this. I know the episodes are short, but I can only fit one a day in my schedule right now. So I am reviewing them as I go, and then once I'm done watching all of the episodes, I'll do one video kind of giving my thoughts of the entire series as a whole. So that's how I'm doing this. So I haven't seen any episodes after this one. As of right now, I've only seen up to this episode. So this is just my review of, my knowledge of this episode after watching it and the prior 3 episodes. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what happens in this episode. So it starts off with Dooku going and erasing Kamino from the Jedi archives, and he types in his little code and it's like Master Sifo-Dyas, and you see him actually erasing Kamino. Now, I felt personally that was like way too easy to erase something from a database. Like, wouldn't you at least have one other master that has to go and erase it? I mean, usually you have to have 2 people to do something, and I mean, like, anytime there's a self-destruct, it takes people of like 2 certain like security clearances to be able to do that. So the fact that any Jedi Master can go on their own and delete something, well, I mean, it's no wonder that the Jedi had a security problem. But I mean, heck, even in the EU novels, it takes a lot more splicing. Like, he doesn't even have like a splicing chip, if you guys don't know what that is. So it's his normie terms, it's literally a computer hacking chip that you use to hack into computers, but in Star Wars they call it splicing, like a little splicing chip. So he doesn't even use that, which I'm like, but they like to pull stuff from the EU when it's necessary, and in this case I would think like having another Jedi Master, like, here's the splice for like the second approval, so that way you can delete a planet. I think that would have made it a little bit more believable, but I mean, that's just me with the knowledge of Star Wars that I have, and it seemed way too easy. Just one Jedi Master can go and delete a planet. It's like, well, what if somebody goes and like deletes everything? But I guess that is a weakness of the Jedi, is that they are trusting, and they are clouded by their trust in others. So that way you can have somebody that is being manipulated by the dark side can go and do that. And so all the other Jedi are like talking amongst themselves, and it seems to be some kind of commotion. And that's when Dooku goes and talks to the librarian. He's like, what's going on? She's like, oh, your apprentice, Qui-Gon, he encountered a Sith on Tatooine. And this is when they they give us that little indication of when this is happening. So this is happening as episode 1, or episode 1, the prequels is going on, the Phantom Menace. This is happening during the time of the Phantom Menace. And all I could think about, yes, I know that there is a time jump between episode 1 and episode 2, but damn, Dooku aged a lot. He went pure white. Like, this, he doesn't look like he's that old here. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, you could have given him like white streaks or something, but damn, I know, turning to the Sith, like full on, leaving the Jedi Order and turning full on to the Sith, aged him a lot. Because you go from this to Christopher Lee in episode 2. It's that's pretty freaking dramatic. But so we have this little scene between Qui-Gon and Dooku and Yaddle, and so this is when Qui-Gon kind of talks to him about Darth Maul and how he faced Darth Maul on Tatooine, and Dooku asking him about it, and then Qui-Gon is going to go with Yaddle, and they're going to go back, or Qui-Gon's going to go back to Naboo, and it was a little moment, a little like trying to get you in the feels kind of moment. And then the exact next moment is like, because Qui-Gon's dead. And Dooku's like looking at this tree and he's like, I used to bring Qui-Gon here when he was a boy. And it like extra gets you on the feels because they brought Liam Neeson back to voice Qui-Gon. And so it's like the scene, like literally the scene before. A few seconds ago, we were seeing Qui-Gon. We could hear his voice. It was actually Liam Neeson voicing Qui-Gon again. And then now he's dead. And Dooku's like looking at the tree. Yaddle comes up. She's like, yeah, we're all leaving for Naboo for the funeral. And he's just like, I'm not going to the funeral. I have to let him go. And she's like, are you able to let him go? And she like, Yaddle gives this kind of face like, homeboy, you're acting weird. You're acting weird. Now, I just want to butt in real fast. So here's the thing. Everyone talks about Baby Yoda. Now, I know this might be dorky, but I have this like little carrier, and I have my Baby Yoda that It's a Gundam sent me. There's a whole video on that and me unboxing my baby that Gundam made for me. But here's the thing, guys. Yoda's species is like unknown of what species it is. It's like the rarest one in Star Wars. Now here's my thing, guys, because around this time, Baby Yoda is born. Right? Because we know he's like 50. So Baby Yoda is like around the same age as Darth Vader. Like him and Anakin pretty close in age. Now here's my thing. You have Yoda, who's a boy. You got a male Yoda species, one of the rarest aliens in the galaxy, one of the most powerful aliens in the Star Wars galaxy. And you have a female who's here, which we know in the EU, Yaddle dies in between episode 1 and 2. She dies in battle. So we got Yaddle, a male and a female. So here's my thing. When a mommy Yoda and a daddy Yoda love each other very much, you get Baby Yoda! Now, I've been saying this for years now. Since whenever we saw Baby Yoda, I was like, yo, I already got the figures. I fucking know where Baby Yoda came from. Especially when they're like, oh yeah, Baby Yoda was at the Jedi Temple and he's about 50 years old. It's like, I wonder who his mommy and his daddy could possibly be. And then they're like, oh, well, you know, certain species, they're not allowed to have attachments. They're not allowed to. Ki-Adi-Mundi was allowed to procreate because his species was on the brink of extinction. So you're telling me that two aliens that happen to be male and female, and there just happens to be a baby? Give me a fucking break. We know who Baby Yoda's mommy and daddy are. Give me a break. So, anyways, Yaddle is noticing Dooku's acting a little bit weird, and he's not going to the funeral, and so she decides to do some investigating of her own. And when Dooku goes off to his ship, she follows him. Dun, dun, dun. And lo and behold, she finds the ultimate Sith Lord. Now, Dooku goes out to go meet with Sidious so he can yell at him and be like, yo, motherfucker, you killed my apprentice. Your fucking apprentice killed my apprentice. Like, what the fuck? He could have been a valuable ally. And Sidious is like, yo, mofo, I lost my apprentice too. You ever think about that? You know, we both lost our people. And he's like, you're literally just thinking about Qui-Gon because he's got sentimental value to you. You got attachments. We got other shit that's going on. And Yaddle, of course, is eavesdropping. And then she makes her appearance. And, you know, she's like, Dooku, I don't care what you're doing. She's like, I know that you did shit. We can deal with that later. But right now, you got to be on my side because we got to take this bitch down. And Sidious like, don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. You know that the freaking Jedi are shady as fuck. They won't make you a member of the council. They're doing shady shit, Dooku. You know this. She knows this. They failed you. I'm the only one making changes. And Yaddle's like, I know that the council has failed you, and I know that I should have listened to you more. She's like, that's why I gave up my seat on the council. And Sidious is like, kill her. You got to kill her. She listened to us. She knows everything that we're planning. She heard about Kamino. She heard about everything. We literally just, for whatever reason, talked about everything that we've been plotting. And, you know, we didn't check to see if anyone was around us. Also, we're just Sith Lords. We would have been able to sense everything, especially somebody sneaking up on us. But it's okay because it's Yaddle. So City's like, kill her. And she's like, no, don't kill me. Come over to my side. We'll deal with this. We'll take care of it. I know you did stupid shit, Dooku. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But we got to go back and we got to deal with this. We'll deal with that later. We'll deal with all the shit that you did later. Right now, I need you to help me take out this Sith Lord. And instead, they get into a lightsaber duel. And it's all of this not flippy shit like Yoda, but they do a whole lightsaber duel. We get to see Dooku fight Yaddle, and then like there's these big doors for the ships, and he essentially smashes her with the doors, and then there's this big haha moment where just when you think she's dead, she opens up the doors and she falls out of it all exhausted because it was heavy, and which I'm like, they wouldn't have been able to clamp all the way down like they did. Even if you're using the Force, like there would have been some space, but there wasn't, for reasons. But so Yaddle opens the door, she falls, she's exhausted, and she's like, basically don't kill me. And then Dooku's like, I got to. And Dooku kills her. He kills her. And it's like, ah, shit. Yaddle dead. And that ain't the way that Yaddle was supposed to die, man. That's not how it happened. They done did her dirty. Now, in this, I get it. It's noble. She's trying to bring Dooku back from the dark side and redeem him. But in reality, she didn't die until much later. Anakin and Obi-Wan were on a mission with her, and she sacrificed herself to save a planet. So demoting that to, oh, she fought Dooku and lost. It's like, really? But this is something that Dave Filoni does. Now, it's fine if you like him. It's fine if you get any kind of enjoyment from the stuff that he does. I certainly do. There's stuff that he does that I really like. And I mean, I really like Ahsoka. I really enjoyed a lot of the Clone Wars. But the thing about Dave Filoni is he picks and chooses what he wants to use from the EU. And well, that's the big thing with Disney is like, remember Kathleen Kennedy said, oh, they have no source material. They don't have, hundreds of pages of novels, and they don't have any, comic books or anything like that. Not Dave Filoni, like Kevin Feige has for Marvel. That's why Star Wars wasn't doing so well, right? And it's like, you don't have any of the source material, right? But you pick and choose from this non-existent source material when you need it. And so using this character to, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what the goal was to like just bring in this character and then show, I guess, why she died when there was already a reason why she died. And you can go read that if you want and go see how. And she was with Anakin and Obi-Wan. And so it's like, I don't know. I think sacrificing yourself to save an entire planet from, a bioweapon is far more noble of a death than, just dying in the shadows with Dooku and Sidious. At least that's my personal opinion. And I mean, if you want us to believe that she's, as powerful as she was, she would have, the only reason Dooku was able to defeat Yoda was he knew that Yoda would stay back to save Obi-Wan and Anakin, and that Yoda wouldn't follow him, and Yoda wouldn't go through with finishing their battle because he would stop to save Anakin and Obi-Wan. And that's the only reason Dooku was able to, he didn't really defeat Yoda, he escaped Yoda. So having Yaddle lose, really, that's just one of the things that Dave Filoni does, and he does this with a lot of characters, and I think he just assumes that, all these Star Wars fans, they don't care. They don't know about the EU. I'm just going to give them my own explanation. And it rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And that's why a lot of people don't like certain aspects of the Clone Wars. Heck, I mentioned Katie Lucas in my last video. Katie Lucas even pointed out, because Dave Filoni was trying to say, oh yeah, we don't use the EU. And she's like, no, we do. Remember, you got those things from the EU? And he's like, oh yeah. And it's like, So yeah, Dave Filoni does some shady shit. And I stand by this tweet, which I will link below in the description. OG Yaddle versus Tales of the Jedi Yaddle, 100%. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my review and breakdown and thoughts on this episode. If you guys liked it, please smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. Let me know what you think about all of this down below in the comment section. If you completely disagree with me on the Yaddle death, if you liked this better versus the EU, let me know. I would genuinely like to know and know why you liked this better. And like I've said over and over in these reviews, I'm a huge Christopher Lee fan, and so any character that Christopher Lee plays, like, because I adore him so much, I do tend to gravitate towards his characters. So that being said, though, this episode was kind of a miss for me. Even the scene, I think the most touching scene of this was when he talks to Qui-Gon, and I don't know, but it seemed a little too forced for me. And then literally the next second he's dead. And I don't know, I feel like that would have been a time when he had an emotional outburst. And if not then I think he should have exploded on Yaddle. And so him not doing that kind of I don't know, that didn't seem right. That seemed kind of out of character. I think he would have had an emotional outburst and, given into his rage, and we didn't get to see that. There wasn't even a moment. It just seemed more about the frustration of the Jedi Council, and he's too far into it now. It seemed very controlled, which I didn't like. And I think that they could have actually done something and had him have an emotional reaction. And, that's partially, and that, ended up with killing Yaddle. I think that would have hit a lot more, and that would have been a little bit more impactful, but they didn't do that. And so this episode is a miss for me. And I adore Christopher Lee and his characters, so I'm just that was kind of disappointing. But yeah, once again, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. If you guys haven't yet, maybe take a minute, smash the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Make sure that bell is set to all, that way you actually get notifications when I post videos and live streams. And guys, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really gonna need it. Bye, everyone. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you so much again for supporting my channel and my content. And if you guys would like to support me further, my cosplay calendar, my gamer edition cosplay calendar, is live still now on Indiegogo for a limited time only. We were very, very successful in the campaign, and we are currently in demand. In demand is only going to be up for a limited time only, so be sure to go check it out before we take this down. And guys, once again, thank you so much for this. If you guys want to go and back this campaign, the link is down below in the description of this video, and make sure that you guys check it regularly, because I do add updates on there and more photos are coming soon. So thank you guys. And last but not least, guys, I have a Twitch that I am trying to go. I am at 5.7K followers right now, and I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. So if you guys haven't gone and followed me over on Twitch, go and do so now. The link is in the description of this video. I play a lot of games on here like Elden Ring and KOTOR, so go check it out if you haven't already. And that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.